crazy, a storm on the horizon, the pressure is low. Gotta get moving, put on a show. The news is all buzzing, state of alert, but we've got a plan, we're ready to work. Emergency Management Associates, we're here for the crisis, we're here for the fates. From the first sign of trouble to the all clear sign, we're on the front lines, we're one of a kind. Emergency Management Associates, we're the calm in the chaos, we're opening gates, connecting the dots and making the calls. We're picking you up when you're starting to fall. See a little fire or a rising flood, we're a well-oiled machine, we're running in the mud. From the city hall meetings to the rescue teams, turning worst case scenarios into hopeful dreams. We're training the people, we're stocking the gear, we're the team you can count on when trouble is near. Emergency Management Associates, we're here for the crisis, we're here for the fates. From the first sign of trouble to the all clear sign, we're on the front lines, we're one of a kind. Emergency Management Associates, we're the calm in the chaos, we're opening gates, connecting the dots and making the calls. We're picking you up when you're starting to fall. It's more than a job, it's a calling, you see. Prepared for the present and what's yet to be. Every second counts, we're ready to react for our communities. We're making an impact. Emergency Management Associates, we're here for the crisis, we're here for the fates. From the first sign of trouble to the all clear sign, we're on the front lines, we're one of a kind.
Emergency Management Associates.
We're the calm in the chaos, we're opening gates, connecting the dots and making the calls. We're picking you up when you're starting to fall. Yeah, we're picking you up, we're ready to go. EMA, let's get this
Show on the road. Let's get this show on the road. We're Emergency Management Associates, guys. We're here for you when everything else goes to heck in the handbasket. And that's exactly what's happened today. That's exactly what's happened today, guys. We have an earthquake over in Japan region. In the Japan region. Now, the United States Geological Survey is reporting this as northeast of Honshu, Japan. It's not. This is southeast of Japan, southeast of Hokkaido, Japan, which is the largest island of Japan, the largest island to the north of Japan. Okay? This is actually off the northeast side of Honshu, Japan. This is off the northeast side of Honshu, Japan. I want to make that clear. Okay? This is closer to Honshu than it is Hokkaido, Japan. This is not the only earthquake either. This is a 7.6 earthquake. They've actually had a couple earthquakes here. Further out to the southeast, we've had a 5.0 earthquake there. They're not even showing that on the USGS map. 5.5 magnitude earthquake. The other earthquake that they are showing, let me show you this. Hold on a second. This is a I'm sorry, they are showing the 5.5. They're not showing the other one here. Okay, they are showing the 5.5 large earthquake here, but they're not showing the other one. Let me show you that earthquake. That's closer into the west, okay? This is a 3.6 small quake. So they are showing the 5.5, and they're also showing the major 7.6. This is a 3.6 earthquake here. 3.6 small earthquake there. They're not showing everything there, okay? Now they have bounced around with the earthquake parameters here. They actually downgraded this to a 7.4. Now it's back up to a 7.6 earthquake, okay? They bounced around with it for a little while now. This earthquake happened approximately 50 minutes ago. It happened at 9:14 a.m. this morning Eastern time. This was out in the middle of the night, okay? This was actually 11:14 p.m. Japan time Monday night. 11:14 Japan time Monday night. Now there is another issue here. That's issue of possible tsunami here. Let's bring up that information right for you now. We've got that. Okay. This was actually accurate within the last 30 minutes. Okay. Within the last 30 minutes. Okay. Notice this. Okay. This message is issued for emergency information only in support of the UNESCO Pacific Tsunami Warning Mitigation System. It's meant for national authorities in each country of that system. National authorities will determine the appropriate level of alert for each country, and they may issue additional or more refined information. Okay, let's look at this. I don't know. Let's see. Okay. Again, this is a 7.6 earthquake. Okay. Earthquake with a preliminary magnitude of 7.6 has occurred. Okay. In the Hokkaido region. They should have said the Honshu, Japan region, because this earthquake is closer to Honshu, Japan. Okay. Based on the preliminary earthquake parameters, hazardous tsunami waves are possible for a coast located within 1,000 kilometers of the earthquake epicenter. Located within 1,000 kilometers of the earthquake epicenter. I checked all the other tsunami threat issues today. So far, Guam, which is probably the closest to Japan, has been declared clear from tsunami. Hawaii and the entire Pacific West coast of the United States and Canada has been cleared from a possible tsunami. That's so far. Okay? But the tsunami threats can occur within 1,000 kilometers of Japan, both Hokkaido and Honshu, Japan, and the rest of Japan as well. Okay? Tsunami threat forecast. Hazardous tsunami waves from this earthquake are possible within 1,000 kilometers of the epicenter along the coast of Japan and Russia, meaning Kuril Islands in Russia. Kuril Islands of Russia. Hazardous tsunami waves from this earthquake are possible, again within 1,000 kilometers of the epicenter along the coast of Japan and Russia. Government agencies are responsible for the threatened coastal areas and should take action to inform and instruct any coastal populations at risk in accordance with their own evaluation procedures and any level of threat. Persons located in threatened coastal areas should stay alert for information and follow instructions from national and local authorities. Estimated times of arrival. This is important here. This is probably one of the most important parts of this information. Estimated times of arrival, the ETA, the initial tsunami wave for places with a potential tsunami threat. Actual arrival times may differ, and the initial wave may not be the largest. I want to let everybody remember that. This may not be the largest tsunami wave. Tsunami waves are a series of waves, not just one, but a tsunami wave is a series of waves. Could be multiple, could be upwards of 30, 40, 50 tsunami waves over even a 4-day period. Okay? A tsunami is a series of waves, and the time within waves can be 5 minutes apart. The time between waves can be 5 minutes apart. The Shinho, Japan, 1444 hours. 1444 hours. This is Japan time. Kushiro, 1458. Katsuhira, 1532. These are military time, guys. 1532 is 3:32 p.m. Japan time. Yurup Island, 1513. Honshu, 1558. Sapporo, 1628, 4:28 p.m. Niigata, 1648. Vladivostok, Russia, that is over at Kamchatka Peninsula, 1704, 5:04 p.m. Shimane, 1747, 5:47 p.m. Gutstillo, 1804, 6:04 p.m. Venino, Russia, 6:06 p.m. Okay, those are the estimated times of arrival of a possible tsunami wave. These are just not one wave. Again, tsunami waves are multiple waves. Okay, a tsunami is a series of waves. The time between wave crests can vary from 5 minutes to an hour. The hazard may persist for many hours in or longer after the initial wave. Impacts vary significantly from one section of coast to another and to the next due to the local bathymetry, which means the bottom of the ocean, and the shape and elevation of the shoreline. Impacts can also vary depending upon the state of the tide, high tide, low tide, or mid tide, at the time of the maximum tsunami wave. Persons caught in the water of a tsunami wave may drown and be crushed by debris in the water or be swept out to sea. Okay? The next tsunami wave update, can be issued within 1 hour or sooner if the situation warrants. Now, guys, this can vary. Now, I'm watching this meticulously. I want you to know that. Okay? So far, they have issued only one tsunami wave update. I'm going to read that to you right now. Okay. Tsunami message number 2. Again, this is based on a magnitude 7.6 earthquake. An earthquake with a preliminary magnitude of 7.6 has occurred in the Hokkaido region. Based on all available data, hazardous tsunami waves are forecast for some coasts. Tsunami threat forecast updated. Tsunami waves reaching 0.3 to 1 meter. That is less than 3 feet. Tsunami waves reaching 0.3 to 1 meter high above tide level are possible for some coasts. Tsunami waves are forecast to be less than 0.3 meters, which is about 3 inches above the tide level. For the coast of Chuuk, CHUUK, the Department of the Republic of Korea, Guam, Johnston Atoll, Kosrae, Kosarae, Kosrae, the Marshall Islands, Midway Island, the Northern Mariana Islands, Northwestern Hawaiian Islands. They've changed it. Before they said Hawaii was not included in this. This is Northwestern Hawaiian Islands, such as Oahu, Japan, or Oahu, Hawaii. My bad. Okay, Northwestern Hawaiian Islands, including Oahu, Hawaii, Philippines. Okay, now the seismic waves, the tsunami, not seismic waves, the tsunami waves could possibly even reach the Philippines. Pohnpei, Russia, Wake Island, and Yap, which is the Republic of Micronesia. I'm going to repeat that. Tsunami waves are forecast to be less than 0.3 inches or 0.3 meters above the tide level for the coast of Chuuk, CHUUK, the Department of Korea, Guam, Johnston Atoll, Kosrae, Kosrae, the Marshall Islands, Midway Island, Northern Mariana Islands, Northwestern Hawaiian Islands, including Oahu, Hawaii. Philippines, Pohnpei, Pohnpei, Russia, Wake Island, and Yap. Actual amplitudes of the coast may vary from forecast amplitudes due to uncertainties of the forecast and local features. In particular, tsunami amplitudes or on atolls and at locations within fringing or barrier reefs will likely to be much smaller than the forecast indicates. For other areas covered by this product, the forecast has not yet been computed. The forecast will be expanded if necessary in subsequent products. In other words, another threat issue. Okay. Again, this tsunami message is message number 2. The first message said that this tsunami wave forecast would only be for the areas around Japan. This has changed again. Okay. Now they're saying that upward out into the Pacific Ocean, the island of Midway, Oahu, Hawaii, the Philippines. Okay, it's forecast and it's gone out even further. Okay, Wake Island, Northern Mariana Islands, and the Philippines. Okay, estimated times of arrival of the waves. Okay, this is just a little bit different. Hachino, Hachinohe, Japan, 1450 hours, 2:50 p.m. Kushiro, Japan, 1501. Katsura, 1537. Sapporo, 1622 hours. Niigata, 1640 hours. Shimizu, Shimtzo, Japan, 1658 hours. Nobekoa, Nobeoka, Japan, Nobeoka, Japan, 1705 hours. Shimane, Shimane, Japan, 1739 hours. Nagasaki, Japan. I'm sorry, I messed that up. Nagasaki, Japan, 1846 hours, 1848 hours. Again, I want to emphasize this. A tsunami is a series of waves. The time elements between wave crests can vary from 5 minutes to 1 hour on the wave peak. Hazard may persist for any hours or longer after the initial wave. Impacts can vary significantly from one section of the coast to another. And this also depends on the bottom of the ocean surface. The bottom of the ocean surface and the shape and elevation of the shoreline. Impacts can vary from the state of the tide at the time of maximum high tide. Okay, again, persons that can be caught in the water of a tsunami wave may drown and be crushed by debris in the water, or they may be swept out to sea. The next day update will occur in 1 hour or sooner if the situation warrants. That's the last message that we got. That was message number 2. Okay? That was message number 2. That's all the information on this quake that we have, basically. Again, we've had multiple earthquakes off the northeast coast of Honshu, Japan, between Hokkaido and Honshu, Japan. Multiple earthquakes. The largest earthquake we have that's listed here in the brown here. That's the largest earthquake, a 7.6 major earthquake. A 7.6 major earthquake has occurred off the coast of Honshu, Japan. Honshu, Japan. Now again, I'm going to bring this back down a little bit lower here. Notice that this earthquake is closer to Honshu than Hokkaido. Hokkaido is the largest island to the north of Honshu. Okay? Sapporo is the main city of Hokkaido, Japan. This was a 7.6 earthquake. 7.6 earthquake right here. This earthquake is a 5.5. There's also another aftershock that has happened that USGS does not have here. Let me show that to you on my other device here. Okay, and that earthquake was a 3.5 earthquake. Actually, there's 2 more earthquakes to report here. I'm sorry, that was a 3.6. That was a 3.6 earthquake here. 3.6 earthquake. We've had another aftershock since then. This one's a 3.9 earthquake. That's a 3.9 earthquake here, guys. Does anybody have any questions? I'll be happy to take questions here. They're not showing all the earthquakes here at all. Okay? There have been 2 other aftershocks. Total Vagabonds is here from the islands of Ireland. Thank you for being here, Total Vagabonds. We appreciate you here. Any other questions? Rob52 is here. Rob, I missed your call last night. My phone apparently wasn't taking calls because I didn't even get notified that you called. I'm sorry. I'll try to call you in a little while. Linda Covington says we are warned that the earthquakes would be on the horizon due to plasma hitting the Earth from the sun going crazy. Yes, we've had a magnitude M8 class solar flare 3 days ago. A magnitude M class 8 solar flare launched from the southeast side of the sun 3 days ago. We are getting hit with plasma radiation. The X-ray radiation from that eruption from the sun 3 days ago reached Earth within 2 hours. The plasma radiation reaches the Earth within 2 to 3 days and has now reached the Earth today. That's why we're getting these earthquakes. These are not the only earthquakes that have hit here. These are not the only earthquakes that have hit here. Going up north over here to Kamchatka Peninsula. This is a 4.5 earthquake here. This is a 5.6 very large earthquake here. 5.6 earthquake southeast of Kamchatka Peninsula. Going north. Right there. This is also a large 5.2 earthquake. Going further north here. This is a 5.0 earthquake here. 76 miles southeast of Petropavlovsk, Kamchatka, Russia. Going to the north here. This is a 4.1 earthquake here. Moderate earthquake. 4.1 moderate earthquake here. Okay? Again, there is a possibility of a tsunami wave hitting Kamchatka Peninsula. However, as we have told you before about Kamchatka Peninsula, it is sparsely populated. It is sparsely populated. So if a wave was to hit Kamchatka, Russia, there would be less damage on Kamchatka, Russia than it would be over in Japan. Japan is heavily populated from the coastal areas into the interior of Japan. Okay? Again, a 7.6 earthquake has occurred between Hokkaido and Honshu, Japan here. Hokkaido is the northernmost island right there that you see here. Honshu, Japan is closer. A 7.6 earthquake has occurred approximately, it's now been an hour and 10 minutes ago. An hour and 10 minutes ago. Let's go further south here. Okay? This earthquake is in the volcano islands of Japan, way southeast of Kyoto, Japan. This is a 4.3 moderate earthquake here. It's in the waters of the Pacific Ocean. It's very highly likely that nobody even felt this earthquake because it's not anywhere near an island. Nowhere near an island. The ocean waters absorb the shockwaves of this quake. Okay? Over here in Taiwan, they've had a large earthquake earlier today. Okay? This was a 5.3 earthquake. This was a large 5.3 earthquake here. Let's zoom in here. I want to show you. There are people living here near the shoreline here. There are people living near the shoreline here. Okay? This is a 5.3 earthquake. This is 12 miles southeast of Hualien City, Taiwan. Southeast of Hualien City, Taiwan. 12 miles. Okay? So it is very highly likely that the people of Hualien City and other areas may have felt some parts of this earthquake. Some parts of this earthquake were absorbed, the seismic waves were absorbed by the seawater. But they may have felt some kind of earthquake over here in Hualien City and other parts of here in Taiwan. There are major highways running here. That's the reason there are populations here. There are major highways running all along this area. Like Japan, Taiwan is heavily populated. Okay? That's the largest earthquake there, 5.3 earthquake here. Going down in the Philippines. north central Philippines, Baco, Philippines, 2 miles north of Baco, Philippines. This is a 4.6 moderate earthquake. Now, they're not showing all the earthquakes here in the Philippines either. There are earthquakes here in the Philippines. Okay, going further south. 4 miles west of Capulcan, Philippines. This is a 3.0 earthquake here. 3.0 small earthquake here. Okay. Let's go over off the northeast coast of Mindanao, Philippines here. Right here. This is also a 3.0 earthquake there. Okay. On the other side, southeast of Mindanao, Philippines, right there. Again, these earthquakes are on the earthquake fault, the Philippine earthquake fault. This is a 3.2 earthquake here. 3.2 earthquake southeast of Mindanao, Philippines. We go further south. Now we're in Kepulauan, Indonesia. Kepulauan, Indonesia. They're not even showing this earthquake here. This is a 4.0. This earthquake is a 4.0 here in Kepulauan, Indonesia. This just happened just a short time ago. They're not even showing this on the USGS map. They never do. They never do. Look what they're showing here in Indonesia. They're showing two earthquakes here. Southeast of Masawi, Indonesia. This is a 4.5 earthquake here. Okay, 4.5 earthquake here. It's on land here, right at the coastline. It's on land. 4.5 earthquake. This was a shallow earthquake, very shallow, 6.2 miles, 10 kilometers deep. This is a 4.5 here near Fakfak, FAK, Indonesia. Nobody felt this earthquake. The ocean waters here absorbed the shockwaves of this quake. This over in the Banda Sea here. The Banda Sea. Okay, they're not showing anything else. Let me show you this. Look at all the earthquakes here. Tons and tons of earthquakes. Even further over here on Java. Look at the earthquakes here in Java and over in Sumatra, Indonesia as well. Again, they're not showing squat. Okay, Java, Indonesia to the northwest or southwest. This is a 3.0 small earthquake there. 3.0 small earthquake. They're not showing that even on the USGS map. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Okay. I want to show you this. This is Sumatra, Indonesia. Look at all the earthquakes here. Over here to the south of Sumatra, 3.3 going north. 3.2. This is a 2.8 here. Going further to the north. 2.5. Northern Java, Indonesia, or not Java, northern Sumatra, Indonesia, there are 3 earthquakes here. 3 earthquakes there. Up here, 2.7 to the northeast. To the west, a 2.9. Further to the northern tip of Sumatra, this is a 2.6 earthquake. Now they are showing an earthquake in the Indian Ocean. I want to show you this. right here. This is a 5.1 large earthquake over here in the center part of the Indian Ocean, middle Indian Ocean. Nobody felt this earthquake because there's nowhere near land. Nowhere near land here. Okay? Now they are showing a line of earthquakes. They are showing a line of earthquakes from northwestern India here. Northwestern India here. Up into Pakistan as well. Okay? 3.1 to the southern part of Western India, and this is a 2.9. 3.1 and 2.9 earthquake over here in Western India. Going north. Actually, let me back this out. Okay. See all these earthquakes on the earthquake fault here, over coming out of Indonesia, going up into Burma, Myanmar area. Then it goes up here into the Himalayan Mountains. Himalayan Mountains. That's the earthquake fault. That is the exact part of the craton, edge of the tectonic plate there, Himalayan Mountains. Over here on the western side of the Himalayan Mountains, we have earthquakes, don't we? We absolutely do. We absolutely do. We have a swarm of earthquakes there. Let's talk for a minute about those earthquakes, okay? That swarm of earthquakes. Afghanistan, a 4.2 earthquake here. 4.2 earthquakes can do moderate damage. I want to remind everybody of that. Moderate damage there. Going north, a 3.5 small earthquake. 3.0. 3.9, 4.0. 3.6. 3.3. The 3.3 is actually in Tajikistan, Russia. Okay, then one further to the north. This is in Kyrgyzstan. Kyrgyzstan. This is also 3.9, 4.0 earthquake. Why are we talking about that? Why are we talking about all this? Because again, over here in the Himalayan Mountains right there. This is the edge of the tectonic plate. From there, the edge of the plate goes over here to Afghanistan, Tajikistan area. That's why we have earthquakes there. The seismic energy comes out of the Indonesia, goes up into Burma, Myanmar area there, goes into the Himalayan Mountains, doesn't it? Then it travels over to Afghanistan right there. That's why we get those earthquakes there. Okay? That's how the seismic waves travel. That's normal. That's normal. Okay? But again, let's back out here. The USGS is not showing all the earthquakes as normal. As normal. They're showing this earthquake over here in Turkey. In Turkey, guys. This is far western Turkey. A 4.4 earthquake here. 4.4 earthquake here. Now, what they're not showing you is this. Right here. Right here. The Turkey-Syria border here. They are not in any way, shape, or form showing you all the earthquakes hitting here. Not at all. I want to show you what's going on here. Look at all the earthquakes here. Approximately 40 earthquakes have hit in this region. Why is that important? Because on February 3rd, 2023, February 3rd, 2023, right here. The Turkey-Syria border region right there. We had a 9.0, 10.0 earthquake here. We're having aftershocks. All these earthquakes here are aftershocks of that quake. Aftershocks are still hitting here almost 3 years later. 3 years later. Okay, let's go down here to the south. Southern Turkey here. This is a 5.0 here near Antalya, Turkey. 5.1 earthquake here. This is also a shallow quake, only 70 kilometers deep. Okay. That is a large 5.1 earthquake here in southern Turkey. Again, they're not showing any other earthquakes. Let me show you this. Up here in the northwest. This has been going on for many months now. We have over 100 earthquakes over here in the northwestern part of Turkey. We keep having large earthquakes up here in northwestern Turkey. That's why we have so many aftershocks here. Over 100 earthquakes here. And USGS not showing one of them. Not one of them. Dr. Jamin's Place says the Himalayan mountains are the plate boundary. Yes, the edge of the plate. Yes, some could be foreshocks. You're right. You're absolutely right. But that's what's going on here. But again, they're not showing all the earthquakes at all. Not even close. Let's go over here. Okay. They're talking about this earthquake here in Poland. In Poland. Southwest of Poland. A 4.4 earthquake here. 1 mile west-northwest of Polkowice, Poland. Polkowice, Poland. Okay. Not showing any other earthquakes. There are hundreds of earthquakes all over this region that they're not showing us. Incredible. Incredible. Let's go back here to Japan, the main focus of today's program right now. We're here in Japan. They're still not showing all the earthquakes here. We had a 7.6 earthquake here. A 7.6 earthquake hit here approximately 1 hour and a half ago, 90 minutes ago. They've issued 2 tsunami threat messages. I read to you the last message. Okay? I'm going to go over it again. Okay? This again was tsunami message number 2. This message was issued for emergency information only in support of the UNESCO Pacific Tsunami Warning and Mitigation System. Magnitude 7.6 preliminary magnitude has hit over near between Hokkaido and Honshu, Japan, closer to Honshu, Japan. Okay? According to that earthquake update, tsunami waves reaching 0.3 meters to 1 meter high, meaning 3 inches to 3 feet high above the tide levels. Those tsunami waves are possible on some of the coast of Japan. Tsunami waves can be less than 0.3 meters above tide level for the coast of Chuuk, CHUK, Department of Republic of Korea, Guam, Johnston Atoll, Kosrae, Marshall Islands, Midway Island, Northern Mariana Islands, Northwestern Hawaiian Islands, the Philippines, Pohnpei, P-O-H-N-P-E-I, Russia, Wake Island, and Yap, which is Micronesia. Okay? That's what they forecast. This is only the second threat issued. This is only the second threat wave issued here. Government agencies are responsible for threatened coastal areas and should be taking action to inform and instruct any coastal populations at risk in accordance with their own evaluation procedures and level of threat. Persons located in threatened coastal areas should stay alert for information and follow instructions from national and local authorities. Okay? In the last few minutes, I also told you about the different ETA times around Japan. Those have not changed. From 1450 hours military time over to southern part of Nagasaki, Japan, 1848 hours there. Again, I want to repeat this. A tsunami wave is a series of waves. The time between wave crests can vary from 5 minutes to 1 hour. The hazard may persist for many hours or longer after the initial wave. Impacts can vary significantly from one coast to another due to the bottom of the ocean surface, bathymetry, the bottom of the ocean surface and the shoreline, and the elevation of the shoreline as well. Impacts can also vary depending upon the state of the tide at the time of the maximum tsunami wave. Persons caught in a tsunami wave may drown. They also might be injured or killed by debris in the water, or they may be swept out to sea. Okay? Do we have any questions about anything here? Yes, I think Suzanne says it here in our chat saying keeping Japan in our prayers, and I think that's a good idea at this point in time. I think that's a very good idea. Kathy Berriman's here, says the same thing. Dr. Jamin's Place, I'm glad to see you here. Thank you for being here. Yes, Dr. Jamin's Place said a few minutes ago that it sounds like the whole Asian Pacific plate is rumbling. I agree. I totally agree with that perception. Any other questions here? Okay. If not, guys, I'm going to get out of here. I'll let you go. I hope you've had a good day. Thank you for being here, guys. I truly appreciate it. If anything else happens, I want to repeat this. If anything else happens here, we will be back on the air to tell you about it as soon as the information becomes available. We will be back on the air no later than 4 p.m. this afternoon. We'll be back on the air no later than 4 p.m. this afternoon with another update and more information about earthquakes. I appreciate you all being here. God bless you. God be with you until we meet again. We'll see you on the other side. Have a great day, guys. See you soon. Bye.
Here at Emergency Management Associates, we're dedicated and true, bringing you the essential knowledge, helping you see things through.
Okay, I'm just going to pause here just for a second. Suzanne Pazzi said weather is bad in Charleston, West Virginia. Schools are closing. That's probably going to be the case here on the East Coast from North Carolina further north, even to Washington, D.C. We're having snow. So far here where I live in the foothills of the uh, Blue Ridge Mountains here, we're getting rain. Cold rain, but we're getting rain here. That may change. That may change. Linda Cummings says it's snowing in Richmond, Virginia. I agree. Guys, I hope you have a good day. We'll talk to you a little bit later. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.
From disaster preparedness to navigating recovery's embrace, we're here to guide you in every unpredictable time and place. We break down the complex, make it easy to grasp and absorb, sharing strategies for safety, the vital lessons you can't afford to hoard. So thank you for watching, and thank you so much for your sub. You're a key part of our growing family, a member of our knowledge club. With every like, every share, and every comment you send our way, our critical message spreads further, helping more people every single day. Together we're stronger and more prepared. That's the truth we all abide. You help us build resilience with nowhere for uncertainty to hide. Your engagement truly inspires us. Your feedback acts as a guiding light, helping us continually grow and making our channel's future bright. We're always learning, always striving to be better, bring you the most up-to-date information, no matter the weather. Emergency Management Associates is here for you now and forever, it's true. Keep watching, keep learning, because we truly appreciate all that you do. Thank you. Thank you.